and welcome to Dungeons and Shenanigans. I'm your DM. These are our lovely players. Let's introduce ourselves, starting with Allison. Who are you?
Hi, I'm Allison, and I play Rose.
All right, and that's all the introductions we need. So
The only one playing tonight.
Yep. This
everybody
is a solo
else
mission,
is
actually.
watching.
Yeah.
We're just here
Yep.
with a bucket of popcorn. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I thought you were Donna Duck.
No,
You're not Donna Dunk?
I'm sorry. Who is she from? She's from an old.
So
You took too long.
it took too long.
Well, I didn't want to copyright anything. I was
So-
trying to think.
That neat. So you guys are now entering into Axion. You guys had just finished traveling, encountered Wendigos, had a fateful encounter with the alternate side of Cowl, known as Calamitus, and had a fun interaction with that. Susie died, got resurrected, which
From a Wendigo.
from a Wendigo.
From a Wendigo.
I will say though,
Yes.
I don't know if I told you this, but
No.
should your ritual, should you have to do a ritual to bring you back in any point in the future, your DC has gone up by 1
Oh, yeah.
as a result.
Yeah, I've died. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were going to say it just wouldn't work. And I was like, yeah, she'll be happy with the Raven Queen. It's
Yeah.
fine. It's
So
You can also see invisible horses. So.
Yes. Oh! That's what's pulling the pit motor carriages! This whole time!
It's a scam. I've always heard the clacking, but I couldn't see.
He says it's from the mechanics on the inside, but we all know
we
it's
know
in.
what it is. So you guys had gotten back on the road, and you ended up cresting around, and you do see in the very far distance, you see the Axion River that flows to the south of Axion proper. You see it has these enormous bridges that span across this very big river.
Two giant
Yeah.
I knew you were going to say that.
lava falls.
So, you guys are approaching really early in the morning. So, it is still dark, but the sunlight will be soon. As you guys are cresting around, it kind of like it is on this hill that you have to go to this on the side of and just do this zigzag pattern to get to the base of the mountain, where it ends up leading over to a straightaway path. You see a bunch of these flags with these symbols that is a four-pointed symbol. Let me actually pull up that symbol.
Yes, we have a picture, and I actually know what this looks like.
Yes, you do.
You know something?
I have insider information, guys.
It's not like you're
Trade your
trying
stocks
to-
now.
So this is a very rough sketch of it, but this is what the symbol of Arkless looks like. This is their capital flag.
Yes, yeah. And we'll throw this in the Discord
Yes, we will.
when this episode is up.
So
Go join. Link is in the description.
you end up seeing a lot of flags lining this area, marking the territory of Axion. The large bridges, none of you have seen bridges, except for you, quite like this before. These are wire
Those
suspension
beautiful
bridges. Enormous bridges, and it looks as though they are also bridges that are able to lift to allow bigger ships to pass through into port. This is a mechanical marvel in terms of what you know to be currently available for technology. See the rain hitting all of the cobbled road leading up to this city and up to the bridgeways. So, Axion. The feel of it has this very Gothic into Victorian feel of London. It has this beautiful architecture of big, tall buildings with these beautiful pillared facades in front. Hundreds of windows lining each of these buildings. You see the brick facets being shown across the entirety of it. Everything around it has these beautiful moldings around each one of the corners of these buildings. Not a detail has been spared. You see, off in the distance, there is a large amount of traffic heading to and from onto these bridgeways. It seems as though one is specifically for coming and one's for going. And you do see that there is one of them at either side has stations to make sure nobody unsavory is entering into the city.
And I did say last time that I am sitting up front with
Yes.
Bucky now, so I'm gonna be like, morning, you know, like,
Yes.
hey Joe, how's it going?
Had that
You're
coffee
saying
yet?
it.
Like that?
No.
You
Morning.
see
Morning.
the dark skies above, the dark clouds. For you, this is home.
Yep.
The dark clouds that line the sky. Not a speck of light in sight. The heavy downpour of rain hitting your cart, hitting the tarp, making that pitter-patter across the would it be leather? We'll call it leather.
Clever.
Leather, thank you.
Canvas.
We can afford leather.
Canvas, thank you.
Canvas.
The
You're
canvas
welcome.
top of your cart. You would know that Arkless prides itself on its strong families, its convictions to protect what is theirs through these harsh wars that have been ravaging this area for the past 3 or so generations. People are stronger as a result. Wars have been had and wars have been won and some wars have been lost. Arkless has a dark history with war, but it seems as though in Axion they make the best out of the hardships that they've been dealt over these years. A great amount of effort has been put into patriotism and pride for the nation, in terms of respecting it and serving in the military for it. It is an obligation for all to represent themselves within the military forces to protect their homeland. You see the large river at the south of this city. You see that there's many ships that just go to and from, and you do see that there are ships that have metal hulls. Not wood, but metal. As they are passing through this port around the city, it seems, to the other side. It's a wonder how they got metal to float.
Yeah.
You
Well,
see,
metal's heavy, you should sink.
you see some ships off in the distance, past the bridges, large warships, fully metallic. You see that they are lined with these large cannons and ballista. They are ready for any type of attack. So, you see, in the center of the city, from this vantage point, there are 4 enormous buildings that have these beautiful architectures. One of them you see is almost what looks like a coliseum in the center. You see another that looks like an enormous Gothic church that towers over any other facility or building you've seen prior. You see another one that looks like an enormous pillared courthouse. And then you see another one that looks like it leads up onto a hill itself. That there was a small hill that these large steps lead up to what looks like a smaller in comparison to the other temples, but still beautiful church. You see off to the right, you see that there are these large smokestacks that emerge. Seems as though the city is always busy and always operating and moving. So, as you guys end up approaching the front of Axion, the car ends up pulling up to these this bridge gate, and you end up getting in line, much like with everybody else, until it is your turn. And you see that there's a guard there, and you know that this is a guard from the army, the armed forces, which is the branch you're a part of. So you see that he is standing there. You see he has a rifle slung over one shoulder. You see that he has this like wide-brimmed hat to keep what looks like the rain out of his face. You see he has this leather armor that looks very similar to yours.
Probably less beat up.
A little less beat up, a little bit more muddy.
Oh, yes, from all the rain. Haha.
But
that I've not been standing in.
yes, sir.
So you died. So.
Well, she cleaned herself up. That's fine.
Yeah,
You were
at
there
least
for
I don't
that.
have mud on my
I was there
uniform.
for when she died.
You know.
She cleaned herself up. You weren't for that.
Oh,
Okay.
no,
You
no.
know.
So you do see he's standing there and looks up, sees you. Hi. Who are you?
S0ZI, returning from a mission.
And who are they?
The people who are helping me get home.
As you were. Next. As the cart ends up. And
I'm stashing like mushroom bags into my.
I was gonna say I don't have
Yeah.
wings. So like,
Anything to
Contraband.
declare? No.
you know, wrapping it in plastic. Oh god.
No. No.
Cal, hold this.
Yeah. Oh, it was him, officer. The whole time.
That's what bag of holdings are for.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
is it bag of holdings or is it bags of holding?
Can be both.
So,
I'm of the opinion that
so
no.
you guys end up entering into the city of Axion. There are, even in this very early morning, you do see that there is still a hustle within the city. There are what looks like a bunch of shopkeepers just kind of walking into the rain with their supplies, kind of getting everything set up for the day. Walking through here, you do see that there is this main road that leads to the center of the city, the nexus, the heart of Axion. You see that street has a lot of these different shops that seem almost kind of out of like a fairy tale kind of. You see that there are haberdasheries, you see that there are dress shops, you see that there is a wide assortment of different textiles and furniture stores. It's a place of luxury, a place of comfort. You see that the lamplighters are starting to walk along the street, making sure that all of the lamps are still lit throughout the night. It's a interesting day. The cart going on this cobblestone road that seems better cobbled than many of the cities you've been to.
You got that right.
Most cobbled city we've ever been.
It is.
I mean, I just want to throw it out there. We're in the best time right now, really. Truly we are.
Your cobbles are very impressive.
Yes.
Yep. You have beautiful cobblers.
Yeah. Our cobblers, best in the whole continent, actually.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I've never been to one. I don't want
That's
to
actually the noise they make when they're cobbling the
Yep.
street. Yeah. Yeah.
As you guys end
Goblin
up,
cobblers?
Yes, they are.
as you guys pass through the bridge, you see that there is a dedication to the right, a big, large, carved stone placard. What looks like at the edge of this bridge, and you do see that it is called the Wandering Hawk Bridges. They are dedicated to many of the travelers that wander in and out of these facilities on a daily basis, and these were built in hopes of achieving better peace and relations with other nations and other towns, to be able to come and go as they please, while also being able to maintain their defenses as well. As you guys enter into the city's yours.
So I think Susie's gonna be like, all right, Lucky, just pull up here. Up here, there's gonna be a tavern. Pull over there. I gotta go take care of some stuff on base, which, you know, you need clearance for, and I don't think I can get you guys on. But I'll go check in with that guy.
Okay.
All of you, make eye contact with me right now, alright? No stealing. No burning anything on, like, nothing is going to be caught in fire in this city, okay? You cannot destroy any buildings non-fire wise, alright? No causing a ruckus. You have to pay for everything you take. Again, I know that sounds like the same as no stealing, but I just want to reiterate that point a lot. Anything you do here is gonna fall back on me. And if you do something stupid, I'm gonna abandon you. Alright. Yes,
Of
Vela.
course.
Did we have to stay here while you're gone?
No, you can walk around.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, this is a good tavern. You can get good food here. I swear, though, if you do something out of line,
I'm not gonna do that.
okay, I just,
Druid's honor.
thank you so
Can
much,
you
Doc.
reiterate what is out of line?
Do you
We'll
have
show you.
morals? Stick to them.
Yes.
Stick to, like,
Do I?
you
Roll for it. Roll for morals.
Roll for your morals.
What's your alignment?
Never
Not
mind.
one.
Yeah, no. Man, everything's on fire.
She said something about fire and stealing. That's all I remember.
Yeah, that's all I remember.
Oh, she
So,
wants us to.
She wants us to.
Yeah.
We steal first and then fire because that's it destroys
Yeah,
what you're
'cause
trying to
yeah.
steal.
Yeah.
She's always
I'm
looking
so
at
glad we've had
Got
this
it,
conversation.
Susie.
I'm so- But yeah, this is a nice tavern. Feel free to go to whatever shops you want. Yes, Vela.
Big. What's the big thing? Right. The big one.
The big one. This
A big one.
this building right here. This building you're
The
pointing
big
to.
one.
This building.
Yep, the big one of the big pillars. The big pillar.
Are you referring to the ones in the center?
Yeah.
Read your notes.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna make me go read notes that
Does-
you
does it-
wrote down
Does it look like an
in
elongated
my
spear?
thing.
Yes, it's an elongated spear.
There's a lot of temples here. I'm not gonna read through and try to pinpoint which one it is. Just tell me. Just.
They're all at the center of the city.
You know, we got a lot of different temples here for
Oh,
people who is there a god you're looking for specifically?
well, I guess first choice would be Seha name for.
Oh, we
Yeah.
don't got her. I'm so sorry.
Okay, then someone who can help Lucky. He hasn't been responding at all.
Oh, yeah.
He's ghosting me.
I got Cord,
still
the
missing
Raven
that.
Queen, and
who?
Arathis. The Raven Queen, you've heard me, and Arathis. That's who we got here. So, I mean,
Okay.
You also have another one.
you wrote 3.
Mm-hmm. And then
You always said two.
No.
I said 3,
Mhm.
and then, oh, you said the 3 temples, and then you listed 4, loser. And then I also have Bahamut.
They share a temple. It's like
And
every
then-
Wednesday, Thursday, it's
Yeah, oh yeah, Bahamut, yeah. Yeah, every other Saturday,
Right.
yeah, okay.
At the
Yeah.
8 a.m. service, it's this. At the
Yeah,
11
yeah,
a.m.
at the-
service.
Yeah.
Gee, who would do
They do this whole pipeline. It's like
Yeah.
It's crazy, really. Yeah. So, you know, a lot of, all of these really might be able to help, you know, and they're all right by each other, so if one doesn't work, you can just go next door, see if the next one
Okay.
helps.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know.
And Vela, are you?
I really only go to the Raven Queen.
You're still holding on to Cowl. Is everything okay in your head?
I think
We need
it's
to find-
fine.
Can we find somebody to help with
Maybe.
that? Or you got this?
I think maybe tonight, if we're all like regrouped again, maybe on our own we can deal with this as a group.
I mean, there's a lot of training grounds. I might be able to see if we can get a large area if he is destructive again to where buildings won't topple.
That could work. We just, because it's Aether stuff, we might want to keep it on the down low.
Yeah. That's a good point. Okay, so have fun. I swear, do not light anything on fire. Okay, bye. I'm then gonna
Okay.
go
Bye.
to my camp.
You end up leaving.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, Rose, do you have any matches?
Regret.
It's raining, you're fine.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Right here. Right.
Oh, you have fire. You're fine.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you just.
Yeah.
Why did you need a light?
Yeah, in a little
Do you
while.
need the
Wait.
good stuff? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So you are headed towards the Titan complex,
Mhm.
the Shield of Arclis, where all the military personnel reside. So, what are you guys doing? You guys are standing in front of a tavern that she left you at, with your cart kind of off to the side. The horses, I don't even know if they would be hitched. Would you have hitched them? Okay, the horses are hitched as well.
She would have taken care of everything. Make sure it was in city ordinance.
Gotcha. There is a the whole little area like around the back of the tavern where people do park their carts. This looks like a fairly.
I hand Lucky one of those like parking tickets.
Yep.
All right, when you're done, you're gonna take this
A
over to the
valet.
lady. Yeah.
It's a pretty big facility. Pretty big tavern.
You just kind of like put it into Lucky's hand. There's just no response still.
I like close the hand for you. All right, buddy. Okay. All right. Bye.
See if there's a little guy standing there at the back with this like big awning over him in just like a little bellhop red suit, just like that you just got the ticket from.
Yeah, and I kind of point to Lucky too, just to be like, because he's not responsive. I'm like, he'll come back for this. Yeah. If it's not me, it'll be him.
All right. So you guys are now here at the tavern. You left.
Yep.
What are you guys doing first? Let's start with you guys.
We're at a tavern.
Yes.
It's morning, right?
Early morning, yes. It does seem like, though, there is business here.
Okay. Well, do we need to secure rooms for tonight or a certain number of days?
Yeah.
How long are we staying here?
I don't know.
Susie didn't tell us much. She just said, don't steal stuff, don't light things on fire. I'll be back, so.
You
We
words
just
directly
one
out of
bite
my
at a
mouth.
time.
I was like, Susan.
I don't know how long we're supposed to be here. I guess we could pay for a night and then.
I bet you, Susie seems like she's well renowned here, so I bet you we could start a tab.
I bet we could get by on her
Yeah.
name, yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's fair.
that's a good idea. We shall probably get a citizen discount or something. Military discount.
Well,
That's what.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can get Lucky to one of the temples. I'll meet you guys back here.
Do you need help?
Tavern.
I have no clue. I have no clue. I'm just like, I'll like take Lucky's hand and try to gently lead him away and see if he moves.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good.
First, you gotta like put the hood over his head like a little babushka. Just make sure you.
Yeah.
Tighten the strings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure the hair.
Make sure the reins doesn't get in his hair.
Yeah. He's like one of those little dogs that just stops walking, so you drag him
Yeah.
along the floor.
A little bit.
An angry border
I'm
collie.
gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna set up my psychic whispers with everyone present.
Okay.
So for the next
Hour.
hour,
Yeah.
for the next hour, I'll be able to communicate with you guys telepathically, keep you updated.
It's a good idea. Okay, and we'll make sure we have lodging, so we'll take care of that. Maybe
See you
we'll
guys
steal
soon.
stuff.
Maybe.
I'll just
I do want to walk
Follow
around
the
eventually,
pillars.
but I don't need to right now.
All right. So you're leading him. So we'll start with you guys then. You two. So, what are you guys doing?
So I would head up to the keep and
Okay.
inquire about rooms.
Okay. You end up kind of walking in. The valet, he's standing outside. He goes, "Oh, how do you need any assistance?"
Yes, my traveling companions and I need a place to stay.
Oh, so the Revivify does not have anybody here for rooms. We're a tavern establishment.
Oh.
If you are
Upscale.
looking for a place, I actually do have a couple. There's another one called the Merc. It's a little bit up ahead. A lot of mercenaries end up staying there. So I think you guys would fit right in. I do think that they do post.
Well, I'm not a mercenary.
Oh, my apologies. I
That's okay.
am so sorry.
Yeah, it's common.
No, they are up ahead. A little bit down the road, just slightly. Yes.
I'm a little bit interested in that place. I do look stunning, by the way. I feel the need to point
Okay.
this out. The necklace is working its magic.
Yeah?
I don't look wet at all. Like,
Oh, beautiful. Yeah.
I'm just, it's a wonderful hair day for me.
Of course, every day's a wonderful hair day.
Dry with no umbrella needed.
Yeah, and I
She's from the
imagine
Pacific Northwest. No umbrella.
I had to like flap my ears to get all the water off. And I
Yeah.
sprayed everybody in sight. So.
You see, he just goes,
The Merc,
yes, the Merc.
Is
and
there-
it's down this way. We've never been here.
Yes, it's just right across the street, actually, a few doors down to the right.
Okay.
And are there any other places?
For lodging.
Yes.
I mean, there are a few, but that would be like the closest. I generally they allow for a lot of travelers. Excuse me. Pardon me.
Bless
So,
you.
they
May
do,
the nature spirits bless you.
oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. There are plenty ahead, all scattered throughout the city, but they would be the most common. They are pretty good with new guests. Quite accommodating, actually.
Sounds good to me.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Well.
And you said it's down the street?
Down the street to the right.
Can I leave a note with you? We have a companion that has separated from the party, and if they come back here, could you tell them that we are heading to the Merc?
Sure.
Thank you. And do you need to write that down?
I have a steel trap line.
Oh, that's great.
Great.
I've never heard of a steel trap line.
No. I didn't know you could do that with steel.
No, steel is kind of something I don't play with a lot.
Oh, welcome to Axion. Our main import is actually steel.
Steel. Oh.
Import, export, really.
Didn't Susie tell us something about steel?
So.
It was bad.
No, she said.
It doesn't light on fire.
Yeah, we can't light.
You can't light
No.
steel on fire. Okay, we're good.
It takes a very high heat, if I'm mistaken, to light steel on fire.
What was she worried about?
I mean, you can't really light it on fire. You can, of course, melt it, forge it. In a
Well,
place
it-
with, say, 2 magna falls, I don't know.
I believe a large staircase.
I don't trust staircases.
No.
They're
Really?
always up to something.
I was gonna. Oh my
Oh, that was a good one, sir.
Good day.
Good day.
Back now.
Okay.
can't be here anymore. I'm gonna cry.
Also, to park your cart here, it is a valet service, so you do have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Okay. So just mark off as silver.
Oh, 1 silver. All right. Here we go.
Oh, now we're in poverty.
Yep.
I suddenly have no money
We'll
now.
sleep in the alley. That's fine.
Poverty.
That's fine. But we got our cart.
Yeah. Oh, man.
If only we had that diamond.
Yeah, shoot. If only one of us didn't drive.
You had to consume the whole thing. It was only 500 gold.
Yeah, it was only 500. Just trying to take a whole thing though. So 1,000.
See, that's how much you're worth.
Yeah, see, exactly. Eli says know my worth, and I do.
So if we were to use like cubic zirconium, I wonder if that would have like passed the test or something.
Absolutely.
That would work.
Absolutely. Thank you so
Diamond
much.
cut glass.
I love feeling supported.
Good, glad.
Okay. So, you guys are going to the Merc?
Yeah.
Okay. You end up walking up to the Merc, and you do see that it is another beautifully built building. Why do I need to sneeze again?
Bless you.
There must be
you.
something in the air. Thank you.
So, you end up walking up to this, and you do see that it's got the beautiful brick face facade out front, or not really even facade, just the building itself just has exposed brickwork. You do see that there what looks like what might have been like attempts to kind of make it into this like plastered front, but it has been long broken off. Now just leaves this kind of cracked exposure with a brick kind of right behind it. You see that there is a big sign out front that hangs from the front that does say the Merc, and it looks like where it says the Merc is like a dagger on a like a piece of paper stabbed within it. It's interesting for sure. That you do see that the front of it has these large windows. It's just a single story, it seems, but you do see that there is these large windows that look like they have kind of curtains covering them. But within the curtains, like in the actual windows, it's a like a vaulted window, kind of pops out, and you do see that inside there are what looks like different heads of beasts that have been taxidermied. It looks like you see one of them looks like a some tentacled creature, and another one looks like it's this like demonic behemoth, and it's just their heads, taxidermied, no longer bloodied, but preserved in eerie detail. But there is hanging also from that, or not from the sign, but next to the sign are two oil-lit lanterns as well.
I mean, I already don't like this place.
It seems kind of shady.
Right? I mean, it's called the Merc. Like
Yeah, yeah. But it's probably cheap.
I would think so, yeah. I mean, I don't, we don't want to cause Susie to lose too much money.
No. She probably already has a tabby. This is her kind of place. So let's go in.
Knowing her past character.
You guys end up walking in, and
Does it have like the double doors? You
yes,
push those
Like
open.
the saloon style.
so you just burst open, and these are big doors. It's not saloon style doors, but they're big doors.
Okay.
You end up bursting in, and it's a single room, and there are what look like these two large boards like on either side. It looks like across the entirety of the top of this entire room is just a bunch of taxidermied heads of different creatures. And you do see that there is this large desk that sits about as tall as you are, and then there is a elf sitting in there as well. So they stand pretty tall above you right now on this platform. They have this small little like oil lit lantern there next to them. It looks like they're the bookkeeper, it seems. And you do see that there is doors that kind of lead off to what looks like more of the building. But inside you do see that this is what looks like a little reception area as well as quest boards. So you end up walking in, you see the elf look up. Hi, how can I help you? Welcome to the Merc.
Hi, you were recommended by the tavern down the street for
Oh,
a place to stay
do you
for
remember
myself and
what
my
the
party.
tavern was called?
I have an elephant's memory. I remember everything, every detail. Of course I remember what it was called.
Right.
The tavern right there. You, must know. You work here. You don't know it?
The tavern around the corner, I think it was,
Yeah,
right?
it's-
It was,
it's on
it was around the corner,
street.
obviously.
Was it the Dreavy Hinker?
Yeah, that one.
Gotcha.
Wait, so is the elf up, like...
Yes, he is like
Okay.
elevated.
I do have wings now. I'm flying to make eye contact.
Oh, hello.
I prefer to be on level ground, and that is not possible. Hi, I'm up here.
Hello. I don't know where this came from, but how can I help you?
We're looking to secure some rooms for the night.
How many?
I'm like looking down. How many?
And for how many days?
How much are they?
We if you're buying multiple rooms for multiple nights, the price varies.
Do you know of a? Do you run tabs?
We
Do you give credit
not generally.
to military personnel?
If they are high enough in personnel,
Oh,
perhaps.
then-
I'm sure she's pretty
Yeah,
high.
you know.
Yeah.
You know,
He's really on
SOZI,
here.
Special Forces,
Never heard of them.
sharpshooter, sharpest shooter in the West. She can hit a wall next to a Tarrasque from like a mile away.
You're shooting arm.
No, never.
Wall
never heard
next
of
to a
this
Tarrasque.
person.
Thank you so much
You
for
know,
Yeah.
she's
spreading my legacy. Gosh dang it.
No, at least it's
She
next
rolled
to
for
me.
the Tarrasque too.
You know what?
Summoner. of
Well,
Tarrasque.
if you, she's pretty high renowned. She's very high ranking.
Oh. is that
She's just
so?
now in the city. She's actually going to meet us here later. So
Oh.
if we could just start a line of credit with her name.
Sweet.
No, that is on our policy, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. I hope she'll understand. I think she will. She's very forgiving, but that'll be up to you. So,
We're well prepared for angry customers.
oh, good,
Here.
Oh,
good.
good. Glad.
You can protect us if somebody comes in.
Sure.
Angry.
Oh,
Okay, So we need, let's see, 2 rooms. How many can fit in a room? How many beds are in a room?
Yeah.
We have just rooms that have one bed, and we do have a couch that is able to be a pull-out bed.
So
That's interesting.
is that in each room? The
Yes,
bed and
that's
the-
in each room.
Okay, so 2. How many are in a party?
So we could probably fit. We could probably fit in 2 rooms.
2 rooms?
I think we normally travel in 2.
Yeah, we normally travel with 2 rooms.
Yeah,
Yes.
the boys' room and the girls' room.
I will say they are, depending on how many people you're fitting in, they are small rooms. We do have a limit of 3 people per room.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
What if one person is already inside of another person?
Oh gosh.
I know this is not a.
That is
Oh,
why
yeah.
we allow 3 people in a single room.
Okay.
Oh
So that one person would count as 2.
They would still count as 3.
Okay. Then yeah, 2 rooms.
We do mean that as in like that one person is not taking up any
Any
physical
more space.
space at all.
I'm confused.
I know.
It's kind of confusing.
Just get 2 rooms. 2 rooms is fine.
But we'll take 2 rooms. If we don't fit, we'll grab a 3rd room.
Yeah.
They don't have to be adjoining.
Is this like a fetish thing?
No.
Well, kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah.
See,
No.
then we'll never mind. It's okay. We'll take the 2 rooms.
When a
Believe
cow
me,
and an
I-
It's
angry
not
cow.
my secret.
Believe
to
me,
tell.
I've heard some crazy things.
I'm sure you have.
Mm.
2 rooms.
Something tells me I should not ask further.
Yeah.
2 rooms. So for 2 rooms for just 1 night, right? Correct?
We don't really know how long we're going to be here. Can
Start
we
out with
keep
1 night.
We do have bookkeeping as well, so we do take advanced stays in advance. People do reserve rooms later in the future. So based upon if you fluctuate, there might not be rooms available,
Right.
unfortunately.
when
Can I
I'm-
communicate with Vela in my mind?
Yeah?
Vela. I'm mind speaking to you.
What? What? Hi.
How many days do you think we should stay here?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to make that decision. Susie will be mad.
Yeah, she's not here, but we're trying to secure some rooms. And when you come here, just so you know, the attendant at the front desk might look at you a little weird, but it's nothing I said.
Okay, I mean, I get weird looks all the time.
Yeah.
I just look weird. That's fine.
Maybe wear your bangs low so it covers the eye thing.
I don't have bangs.
Oh.
That
Good
I haven't gone through that much yet.
Trauma, yeah. Bangs is a whole different level of trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
So it goes bangs and then dye in your hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And then
who would
multiple
even?
colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Multiple colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, her hair would dye so easily.
It would.
Um,
Yeah, it's already white.
Oh, I was gonna say something
Dye.
important. I don't know.
Well, it couldn't
Never
have been that
mind.
important.
Maybe like 3 days. We need a break. Like,
Mm-hmm. And Susie said there was training grounds here. Maybe we could make use of that. Okay.
maybe.
I'm not really wrong.
Is this a party line? I forget. Does everybody hear? Oh, it's just okay. Alright. Okay. I just spoke with Vela, and she says 3 nights would probably be good.
You're still speaking to Vela as well.
Yeah.
Vela, I'm sorry, I was speaking with Rose. She wasn't speaking
Oh,
to
Oh,
you.
hi.
She says hi.
Oh, hi, Rose.
Hi, Rose.
I also have a
Yeah.
connection.
Now the connection's made.
She says hi.
Oh, okay.
She said good.
Okay.
So we think maybe 3 days?
3.
3.
For 2 rooms.
2 rooms, 3 days.
2 rooms, 3 days. That should work.
3 nights, 4 days, right? I mean, what time does check out?
Sorry.
When do we check out? 3 nights.
3 nights.
We check out at midday
Oh, yeah, what's the...
In the morning.
Check
in the
out
morning.
time.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, what's the morning?
When the sun reaches the Gothic church.
At noon.
At noon?
Yes.
Okay.
Just check the sundial, conveniently placed on every balcony here.
So how much would that run us?
For 2 rooms, for 3 days. Let's see. It is
3 nights.
Good.
3 nights.
I want to make a deal with the sun.
Is it like some
We're supposed to not burn this.
Generally, we don't allow people to stay super early like this, but that's fine.
I mean, we don't have to check in immediately, it's just as long as we have something booked.
We'll say.
If you don't have anything, there's the place down the street.
Yeah.
I
Just for the
understand.
folks, I'm just like,
I understand.
We'll call it 8 gold.
Oh. I was actually worried,
you're-
like it's real money to me. I'm like, oh god.
Oh man, how many is 3 nights gonna cost?
So I'll put 8 gold down. Sounds fair. We've been traveling a long, hard road, so I'm looking forward to this accommodation.
Yes. And if you need anything, just go ahead and let us know.
Thank you.
We will.
You've been most helpful.
I hope. These are going to be your keys, and it looks like he pulls like a lever, and you see a door at the bottom just open, or like more like a drawer, and open up, and there is 2 keys in there, each marked with a room number on them.
I'm on the ground again.
There you should be.
Here's the key.
Thank you.
And he closes the door again. Head on over to the left-hand side right here, and it will lead to the hall where the rooms are.
Great.
Good
Thank
day.
you. Good day.
you little.
Yeah.
See, I'm too.
Haven't you heard an elephant before? Come on.
Yeah, pretty much like that.
Yeah.
So you end up going into the rooms. They're really well furnished. They do look like they have what looks like a section, not a bathroom, but like a section for a bath. And it does look like it does have pipes for water. And it's kind of
Would
cordoned.
that be new? Something new to me?
Yes.
Like, okay.
This would be new to
We wouldn't know what those things are.
It would be interesting to see it elsewhere, I would say. And you do see that the area is kind of like there's just like these panels that kind of like partially cover the area, but not like a completely like closed room. This is more of kind of like a studio apartment. Everything's kind of just like open. And just everything kind of has like a small little section. The spaces themselves, it's a fairly okay like sized room, but it's, I mean, it doesn't have the best of view, but it has windows.
Are we on like one floor?
Yes, this is a single story building.
Okay. So yeah. Are we getting the street view or the parking lot view?
You guys, this would be parking lot view. All the rooms are parking lot view. You're either like alley or parking lot.
That's where most of the action happens.
I mean, that's true.
It's more interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, the people who can't get a room, I mean.
Yeah.
People are keying carts.
Key cards, yeah. Cart jackers.
Cartographers.
Shake your face for cartographers. Oh my
Cartel.
gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, the cartel.
So, you guys have secured a room. Susie,
Oh,
start with you.
haha, alright.
So, Scoos,
Yes.
you end up walking the streets. You end up having to walk through the temple promenade where all these beautiful, enormous temples reside. You see each area kind of has its own unique feel to it. But I'm assuming you would stop the Raven Queens first before heading on over to the Titan complex, or would you head there first?
She's been gone for far too long. She has to get back on base.
Okay.
So she will not be stopping. She will just be going as it's kind of like more actual morning now, right?
Yes.
As she's approaching, she would radio and be like, "I've made it into the city. I'm almost there."
Hello. This is S0ZI, correct?
Yes.
Oh, hello. This is his secretary. He's not in quite yet. He should be in shortly, though.
I just made it into the city. I'm walking in. Just
Right.
giving you the heads up.
Very well then.
Yes. Over now.
So, he ends up, or she puts down the little rocky-talkie, and you're good now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Heads up. I'm just power walking, probably.
Just.
Yes. Marching. Yes.
Yep.
As one does.
You pass.
Almost speed walking.
You see, you pass by a lot of different people that are dressed in military uniforms throughout the city. This is a place where it's common to see people in military uniform. You see there are people from your own branch of just the armed forces. You see that there are people in sailor uniforms walking around. You do see that there are other ones that have these large like black robes, and you know that this is the Mage Corps. And then you do see that there are ones that have additional long black robes, but they have what look like this like mantle piece, and you know that those are part of the cleric orders. And then you do see very few, but they do walk occasionally, like briskly, researchers and from the research corps, and they do have these big white lab coats, but everything underneath just looks like normal attire, as though that's their only responsibility to identify who they are.
Slackers.
You do see that they are all followed by one or two different secretaries holding paperwork, speaking to them. It's a busy city.
I'm just so relieved to be home.
Mhm.
You know, it's how everything should be.
Exactly. Perfect. So, you walk on up, and you do see that the very large gates that these metal chain gates that rise up above you, and you do see that there is guards there at every point. You see the barbed wire across the top. All of them armed. You see the watchtowers all throughout this area.
Elongated from the ground.
Yes,
Yes.
elongated from the ground. These
Very
watchtowers,
elongated.
and you do see that there are the sniper patrolmen that kind of walk around. You do see that there is ballista adorned to each one of them as well. This is a well fortified place. Walking forward, you see that there is a guard there in this like little booth, and it looks as though he's taking people their credentials, and sees you approach, kind of motions for you to come forward. Hello, credentials.
Dang it, I got Cowls.
Oh no!
It's a big lick across
Oh,
it.
it's Donathan's. Oh
Who is
no!
Donovan
Yeah,
Krashepik?
No, nobody. That's someone's still alive. No, yeah. He's definitely alive. Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
Ezekiel? Who is Ezekiel?
The twin brother of Donathan, actually. Yeah.
Oh, they're triplets.
Yeah, the triplets. Yeah.
So, you do end up seeing, off in the distance, there are what look like the ace pilots, kind of walking, talking like in a group. Looks as though they're being taught by an instructor as he's explaining something, just kind of walking by. You know that the deeper you go, the more advanced the tech will be. He's looking S0ZI. Okay, I believe we were expecting you. He goes over to a file cabinet, opens it up, takes out a file, and you do notice that it is labeled with your code. He ends up looking through it.
Why?
No.
I've been saying it wrong this whole time.
Oh no.
You were on extended leave on a mission. Turns out your leave. Well, your mission was extended. Anything to declare, report, anything that we should be aware of?
I am gonna need a lot of paper to complete my report.
Understood. We will set up an office for you to write your report at. Alright, I'll go ahead and let the main office know. Perfect. And there we are. Perfect. Well, welcome back.
It's good to be home. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Thank you, Cal, for being here.
Go ahead and head to the main office. I already let the secretary. I will let the secretaries up front know that we should be expecting you, and that they should reserve a desk for your report.
Thank you.
Understood. I believe that is all. Take care.
Right, and she's off.
Perfect. So you end up walking onto this base, and this area is just like a flat paved area of just concrete everywhere. Seems as though the cobbled pavement has ended, and now it is a flattened surface leading on through.
Yeah, that's right. We got poured concrete up in here.
You see that there is the trees and the little flower beds that kind of line this area. There are these like small little lawns of grass that just kind of adorn every once in a while, trying to make sure the place looks at least decent. And you know that there is this is a central point. Seems as though the architecture here has a lot of nexus points that lead off to other areas, and you know exactly the one you need to go to, off to the armed forces as you head on over to it. Heading on over, you do see that there is quite a bit of people. You do see that they are running in what look like their not their normal attire, but in just kind of their training, just going for jogs as groups, and they end up kind of running past you. Some of them giving you a nod. Shadowkai are not super common here.
Nope. They're not super common anywhere, I would
Exactly.
say.
As you
Ouch.
continue to walk in. The long walk kind of gives you a lot of time to reflect on how long you've been gone, really.
Yeah, and she has been kind of bullet pointing the days as they've been going, and she's like, man, my hand's gonna hurt so bad after this report's written.
Just take a picture and send it. File.
Yeah. Here you go. No, it has to be, you know, a special format, or else they won't accept it. They'll send it back.
You end up
Yeah.
seeing this
MLA.
large.
MLA for the army.
It's this large brick building, and out front you do see that there is what look like a few secretaries. It looks like they're just smoking a cigarette, just reading the paper, just look up. Hey,
Morning.
morning. And
Just, yeah.
yeah.
I know where to go. Yeah.
You end up walking inside, and you do see that there is a front desk, and there's a lady out front. Hi, what can I help you with?
I am S0ZI. I'm here to fill out a report.
Oh yeah, that's what they called. You're gonna have this desk over here on the right. Gladys, this is the one. Lead her to the desk. She'll get you set up there with a typewriter, and you'll be perfectly fine.
Thank you. I'll follow her
Okay.
over to the.
You end up following her over, and
Yes.
there's
And then I'm
a.
like, the typing class I'm gonna have to remember.
You end up walking over, and then you see Gladys is this younger secretary. She looks like she's a little frazzled. Her hair is like done up super tightly into this like beautifully intricate bun. You see the bright red lipstick as she just kind of like walks over, and she's like, Mary, you were supposed to be clearing this desk already. Yeah, I'm just finishing up this last report right here. She's not going to be happy if it's left like this. She needs to write her report. All right, calm down. I'll write the report. I'll finish it here, and then she can get the desk, okay? Calm yourself, too. And she's...
So sorry, I just flew off the rail like that.
Glad you noticed. And inside here, it is a cacophony of just key clacks, of people talking. It seems as though they do use these sending stones as a form of communication quite regularly. And there looks like there's like these different like relay stations of sending stones that kind of connect to each other. So a bunch of them are talking into the stones and having smoke breaks. This whole area inside here is very smoky. The smell of cigarette and tobacco as well as coffee just kind of permeates in your nostrils.
Oh, coffee. She's getting some.
Yep.
She's one black cup of coffee.
Yep, absolutely. As you end up getting your one black cup of coffee, and eventually she ends up clearing the desk.
Yeah. I'm probably on like my 5th cup of coffee by
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
time she leaves. Yeah.
And there is a set of papers there already ready for you to write your report.
Yes. Perfect. I sit down and I start typing. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, you know, you wouldn't think it, but they do give you a typing class.
So how many words per minute
Boot
do you
camp,
think she's
actually.
typing?
Yeah.
4.
4 words per minute.
No,
That's perfect.
what? No, I'm
So
proficient.
hunt back.
Yeah.
No, and then I'm like, the thing got jammed. We have to get the whiteout out. And,
Delete.
gosh. Yeah.
And change the whiteout tape. And
Yeah.
A little back.
Gosh.
You
Yeah.
gotta be extra careful typing over that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
You end up typing out your report. This takes the better part of a couple hours.
Oh yeah.
Um,
A long while. And I will say, she leaves pretty much nothing out. She talks about exactly what happened with the Aether generator, where we went, everybody in the party, what happened after that. Like, it is everything that happened.
fully detailed.
It is everything that... Actually, probably won't talk about the people we've murdered.
Or the pink.
Or the... Nope, don't put that in there. I will
What
say...
about your death?
Yeah, she probably would not put her
I
own
died,
death in there.
but I survived.
But I survived. Yeah, no, she would not put her own death in there.
Okay.
I mean, she will talk about, like, the people that they did get into a fight with.
Mhm.
She will not outright say anybody that was murdered. But she will talk about literally everything that happened.
Did we murder anybody?
Yes. A few.
A few people! A few.
Only if they
We-
just
To
we
be
killed
fair, they
people.
all deserved it.
We killed people, but is it murder?
You know, that's...
Technically, still yes.
Yeah, cool motive, still murder, still murder.
We're criminals, the people we are heroes against.
Exactly.
So we're not
Nice.
murderers.
Yeah.
We're like saviors.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
We are the saviors, but
Vigilantes.
it's still murder.
Exactly.
Yeah. So she's not writing it in there, but she's like everything.
Okay.
You are proud of it on the
Everything.
inside.
Yes, on the inside I'm like. Probably.
Baby fall down.
Maybe fall down. You got stabbed.
In your report, did you hit the Tarask?
You know, it's not specified that I missed.
Okay.
Is it specified that you called it?
Yeah. It's she would talk about the weapon tree and all of that was down there. She will list the Tarask. They're probably not going to believe her. This is going to be the wildest report for anybody to read. This is going to get like passed around to everybody with clearance because they're going to be like, "Did you see what she said? This happened." Yeah, everything.
We're
Everything
gonna have
is
to
in
break her
there.
out of the psych ward.
Okay. You end up writing this for a while.
Yeah.
As you're writing that, she's gone. Let's continue your thing then.
Oh, dang.
So you end up continuing to write. You end up, as you finish writing it, kind of feel this sense of accomplishment, like, okay, good.
And it's like a book. I feel like I have to get one of those super staplers.
Yep.
And I like gunk, and I
You
have
what?
like my big report. Nope, I'm not doing the sound again. You can replay the video. You can.
Reclaim that video.
So I have my like 1,000-page report,
Okay.
and then I start walking over to my commander's office then, because he's here by now.
Absolutely. At this point, he would be here. Perfect. There we go. Pulling something up real quick. And you know him to be Commander Shan.
I do. Yep, Shan had that in my mind the whole time.
That's a shame.
Good job.
We'll call him Shane. Yeah.
Sean.
Commander Sean.
Sean.
God, I love you, Sean.
Mhm.
Oh.
Yep, yep, had that the whole time. Yeah.
So,
Ow, you hit my shoulder.
oh goodness, I knew that was gonna happen.
Did you? Did you really?
Yeah,
A
it was
little bit.
A little bit.
So you end up walking up to the office. You see he's just looking through paperwork. He doesn't even see you.
I do like. Boom! Like.
That's quite the report.
Oh yeah, pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm. And you see your human commander looks definitely older than you. Looks like he's seen some war. You see that there is a bit of scarring, and like the scars themselves look like they didn't heal quite right, and kind of have this like kind of puffed up or like deepened scar mark to it. It looks like he's probably in his like late 40s. Definitely.
Almost dead.
One,
yeah.
2 feet in the grave.
Yeah.
Grave.
Definitely looks like he's seen combat a lot. And he's just kind of looking at the report. So this is your entire report.
This is my entire report. This is everything that has happened.
Gotcha. All right. Well, sit down. Let's review this.
We had stew this night. We had
And
pie.
then
We
Dom
had
ate some
people.
mushrooms. And
It was the best pie.
We ate this person, but he regenerated, so it was fine.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that guy.
Yep,
There
the
was a
shepherd.
cobalt. Yeah, but then we went through the mind flares, or was that after? Or was that?
You typed that in too.
Yeah,
Or
no.
was that after?
No.
Dot, 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 dot,
No,
dot,
it was
You can't
definitely
match this.
before. No, so she'll just sit there as he reads through anything and just answer whatever questions. Like, you really went here? Yes.
He does that a lot.
Mhm.
Because
Tell him about your sister.
everything that you've basically explained
About the
is very
No. Oh,
weird.
I wouldn't have said that. Sorry, Eli brought up a great point. The visions with the turtle and my sister, that's not in there. I know I said everything was in there. That's
what
not.
about the 22? Is that in there?
She doesn't know very much about the 22,
What about
so she would not include.
Aether as well?
Oh, Aether is absolutely in there. It's everything with the generator.
Okay.
But the 22, Susie personally doesn't know very much about, so she would not mention that really,
Mm-hmm.
or probably Indolin that much either.
Okay.
Just kind of like a general synopsis of like who she was traveling with, not deep in character like. And this is what's also wrong with Vela. Like she's not doing that. She's not. Yeah, you know I've been typing this whole time. Yes, yeah.
That's how everybody does.
Yeah.
It's a hacker title.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Then awkward.
That's too accurate.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
Finish me.
This is a very interesting report.
Yes.
Would you mind sticking around here for a little bit? I will be right back.
Absolutely.
And he ends up getting up and kind of walks out of the office. And you see you see like the glass office that he's in kind of walks around, and you do see him walk down the hall, which you know is where more senior officers are.
Tanner.
He's away. He's away right
He's
now.
away. He's
away.
Tanner's not available right now.
Yeah.
Please
If
leave
you'd
a
like to make a
message.
call, please hang up.
The old Tanner can't come to the phone.
Why?
He's dead. Just like without moving and like rifling through files, just by glancing, is there anything that has my sister's name on it?
Right here, make an investigation check.
It's top secret. Don't look.
Yeah.
Let's put it in your
Especially
garage.
you, Susie.
17.
17. You see the name Lonti a lot.
That's my name.
Yes. You see that a lot. But you do, as you're kind of like, are you like actually putting your hands on the table and like looking?
No, I'm not touching anything. I'm just kind of like eyeing the documents to see if there's anything labeled with her rank or with her real name, like anything, like is there something they're actively searching for? You know.
Yes, so you do see that there is one thing in there that is clearly just labeled on one of the folders, Project Pegasus, and that's something that catches your eye because you're like that's weird. Why would that be on the desk next to my folder as well?
Mm-hmm.
And you're looking for anything else that your sister might be like associated with, but that's the only thing that you do see that kind of catches your eye. That's like,
Your sister's a horse.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to break the news to you. My sister's a horse with wings.
An invisible
Yep.
horse with wings.
An invisible
that
horse.
she can only see.
So now you can
She
find her.
totally exists.
And she's pulling all of the pin motor vehicles.
oh no.
Oh no.
So yes, Project Pegasus is the one that kind of is like the first thing that catches your eye, and you're like, that's weird. Okay. And it does have a top secret on it as well.
Oh yeah.
Top secret.
Like, ooh, take a couple photocopies of that. No, no, yeah, she wouldn't actually touch any of the files because it's a glass office. People are gonna see her.
Exactly, and there is so many peepers.
There's peepers.
Or
Wow, jeepers,
Oh.
peepers, jeepers, creepers. Where'd you get those peepers? There is a significant amount of people kind of going in and out of this area. Inside here, though, that seems as though the smoke itself has kind of died down in here. It seems doesn't seem like he's much of a
Thankfully,
smoker.
And you can
Yeah,
see a
he's
lot
already
of white dust on the
2
desk.
feet in the no, from and next to a bag of donuts. Wow, powdered donuts.
Powdered donuts. That's donuts.
What's
Delicious.
the razor blade for?
Um,
Those are 7-Eleven donuts.
And then I would just notice that, sit there, wait for him to come back, really.
Okay.
Would you put your feet up on the desk?
No.
Their toes. Yes.
You probably would. I think you would.
Yeah.
So
You're
he
a
ends
tough
up
figure.
walking. You see him walk back next to as you're kind of like eyeing and kind of just like still keeping an eye out. You do see him just for a brief second. And you immediately just kind of go back and you look, and you do see he is walking with somebody from the research corps.
Mm-hmm.
Knew
Guinea
this was
pig.
gonna happen.
What's your new name?
What? My new name?
Lab rat.
No! No!
You do see
Peg
someone walking with
assist.
the research corps, and he ends up
Peg
opening the
assistant.
door. And as he opens the door, she kind of like pushes her way in first.
Excuse me! Yeah. Coming through.
And she walks over and sits in his chair.
Oh!
She goes, "Hi, Lonty, correct?
Yes, and you are.
June. You can call me June. I am the head of well, some fun experiments, and I have questions actually about you. It seems as though your report has plenty of different things in there that are both concerning and intriguing. Specifically, the Aether.
Mhm.
That much is interesting to us. We do know that Aether can be weaponized. It has been weaponized throughout generations and years. But what you speak of in the Underdark, that much is not, how we say,
Your slow turn is killing me.
that is not hard to believe. I've seen things that are much more mysterious than that. And that actually helps identify some of my things that I'm, well, intrigued about.
How much did you know about the generator before you sent me out there?
Well, I knew that C2 was up to something, and that he needed to be stopped. I also knew that if we were to be able to take out C2, we could pilfer his research and use it for our own development. We have scoured and tried to create things of our own making in a similar fashion, but to no avail. The technology simply is not there, and the benefactor we have for our technology is not knowledgeable about this technology. So, that puts us in a tough spot. So yes, we knew of C2. We did not know of its volatility and its potential to explode. That much was not certain. We did not want that to happen. But
Did you know what it was controlling? Did you know it was trying to tap into Aether?
yes. Yes, we did. Aether is an abundant source. It is something that sages of old have once used, long ago, with our nation being underdeveloped and poorer than many other nations, but large enough borders to have farmland. Until wars started to happen, Geisland got taken over and, well, the other nations fell. And our nation suffered a blow to land as well. They gained some of our farmlands and caused us to starve and hunger, so we had to find our other ways. Aether has been known for a very long time, through our history books, really, but I have always wondered, what if that history can be reality once more? We do have other people here that do know how to use Aether, your sister included.
There is a reason that it is history and not something we are currently using. Do
And-
not attempt to build a generator like C2. Aether is not something that should be weaponized in this way. My body felt like it was ripped apart and put back together again when that exploded.
Yes, I see that here in the report.
And you can see it on me, not just the paper.
And that is exactly why I'm here. I am no fool like C2. I know the dangers. I do not wish to push those dangers, but I wish to push the boundaries of what we know.
Pushing the boundaries is pushing for danger.
I'm not going to be building a generator like him.
But you will be building something.
Something.
I'm up for new weapons, but this is not the way. This cannot be stabilized enough to be put out to soldiers in this way.
We are not looking for weapon applications currently for it.
And currently is the key word.
Oh, yes. War develops technology exponentially. When you see the sky ships,
I do.
war is what developed those. Should we be in peacetime? By all means. I'm all for peace. I want nothing but peace. But our enemy does not want that. So as a result, we have to be prepared. More prepared than they are. And that is why we do this research. It's not bloodless. No, there is much blood spilled. And ultimately, it's a justification. Should it be justified enough to take the lives to save many lives, or say, take no lives to save no lives? That's the struggle. And there are things that, yes, we don't develop. There are things that we could, but don't. It's unethical. This is something that is different. What do you know of your sister and her disappearance?
I know she has disappeared. I have been away for quite some time.
Has she tried to contact you?
No.
Do you know of her whereabouts?
No.
Have you seen her at all?
No.
Very well. After she talked with our benefactor, she absconded, left. She was not AWOL. Well, not MIA. She is AWOL. Missing. Gone. She left without leaving a note. With no foreseeable reason as to why she left. So that is why we are confused and why we are searching to find where she went. Our benefactor will tell us nothing. So perhaps I might talk to you.
The benefactor would talk to me.
It's a possibility.
My sister would not leave without leaving a note. It sounds like you need to talk to him.
Oh, we tried. He doesn't seem to remember.
And you're so confident he'll talk to me?
We don't know about what. We honestly don't know what he'll ever talk about. But what he does talk about has left us with wonderful fruits of knowledge. So, I do hope that we can come to an understanding and work together to find your sister and figure out where she has absconded to. She was a part of great research, not against her will, willingly.
I would like to find her as well.
Good. Then we are in agreement. Scrying spells seem to have no effect on her. Any attempts to it have been all shattered and broken attempts. Nothing being able to connect. So, shall we go meet him?
Lead the way.
Good. She ends up getting up and starts walking out of the office, and you see she opens the door and kind of just walks through. You see your commanding officer has just been arms crossed, kind of leaning against the wall as she walks past him in front of him, kind of looks at you. You go for this, kid?
Of course.
Alright, lead the way. He ends up getting up and kind of walks behind you, close to the door. Lucky and Vela. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi. So, you guys, it's time to duel. So, you guys are now walking through the city. You see the rain has let up to be just a very slight drizzle now. He's got that drizz. Mm-hmm. He's the drizzler.
The charisma.
Mm-hmm. So, you guys end up walking through the city. As you are walking towards those temples, you do see that there is these beautiful temples out in the distance. You see one of them is this dark black Gothic chapel that just is enormous and has this beautiful like steepled point to it. You see that it has this huge like stained glass window that almost looks like a spider's net, and the windows themselves have these like different types of like multicolored glass of different shades. You do see that there is at the base of it an enormous graveyard. You see off on the hill the beautiful silver and platinum temple. You see over to the left a Colosseum, one that is bigger than any type of event that the circus has ever tried to put on. This is a dream venue. You end up seeing off to the other side an enormous courthouse, the huge white pillars standing in front of it, making this beautiful marvel of construction. And you see at the very center of it is what looks like the symbol of Arclis, made out of what looks like gold. Just a statue in the center of this enormous flower bed.
The largest one is the Raven Queens.
It would be yes, the Raven Queen, and would be the largest one that looks the most like a church.
Okay.
The Raven Queen would be the one. It would be the Bahamut and the Raven Queen are the ones that look like actual churches and temples.
I'll bring Lucky to the Raven Queen one.
Okay. As you're walking up, you do see that there is a sign in front, kind of like in a dedication on the ground. It does say this is called the Raven's Embrace.
Sounds nice.
As you walk up, you do see that there is a bunch of what looks like temple nuns that are dressed in a full Gothic dress. You see they have what look like these blackened veils that kind of cover their face, and you see they have these big long blackened gloves that they're just looks like they're just clearing away the debris off of the graves, making sure that everything looks proper. You end up walking up, and you do see one of them kind of just peeks her head up and looks over.
Right. I know someone I think needs a cleric or something.
She ends up kind of standing up and walks over, and you do see that she has this porcelain white skin, very fair and fine. She walks up and goes, "Hello, are you lost, or is he lost?"
I don't know. he needs help.
Seems like you might both need help. Come in, child. She
Okay,
turns-
wow.
She turns around and starts to.
You're right, but did you have to steal?
Yeah. Did you have to point it out?
She's not a line, but she is right. Probably lucky, and Bella's pride is wounded.
Like normal.
You end up walking
Always.
in.
Yep.
You see the beautiful procession. Anyway,
Love you.
thank you. You see the beautiful entrance into this temple leads into what looks like a short small area that's kind of for like an antechamber, really. And you do see that there is another set of doors that leads out into the actual temple. And into that temple, you do see that it's this enormous Gothic church. It looks as though it's made out of this blackened wood. It looks as though it's been petrified or struck by lightning. It's this wonderful and grim creation. She ends up looking over to you both. How may I help you?
He's been unresponsive for a few days now. We had an incident in our adventuring party, and it seems to have affected him deeply.
Did this involve the passing of another?
Yes.
Oh, well then you've come to the right place. Please, follow me. And you see somebody just appear at what it feels like behind you and go, and please follow me as well. As she kind of grabs Lucky's hand and kind of starts to walk with Lucky, and the other is leading you a different way.
Well, okay.
Is there a problem?
I'm sorry, I'm just worried about him.
The matron always takes care of people who come to her in need. Starts to lead him. Do you walk with the other one?
I guess.
Okay. Lucky, through these weird shifting of, hello again, this weird shifting of different people, the stonework itself just kind of phasing through memory. Doesn't really feel like it's quite real. As your feet and boots clack onto this marbled black stone, echoing throughout this chamber. You're led over to what looks like this ritual area. It looks like it leads to like a little pedestal, like a precipice on this staircase that leads up. And you see that there are what look like these like shelves of wax, of these multiple candles that have been kind of melded almost into one large piece of wax with multiple wicks, each at different degrees of melting. Kind of rests you in the center as she walks back. And you do see that there is, she walks over into a smaller area kind of off to the side, creating this, what looks like an 8-pointed star almost, with you at the center of it. you see she stands there and offers a prayer, and you see multiples, other 7 of them, kind of going into each one of these points and start to begin their prayer. As they begin this prayer, this would be probably when Lucky registers something, as all the flames around him Lucky.
Mm-hmm.
How much awareness do you have currently?
I think for the most part, it's the whole past few days have just felt like a dream.
What about now? What would Lucky's thought process be here?
I think he'd start to panic.
Okay. As you kind of like start to panic, you look around and you see just you're in the center of what looks like a ritual. You see that the candles are around you. You're kind of looking around. You see that there is all of these beautiful women in these gothic dresses with this blackened veil covering their faces, offering prayers and whispering, each one of them a different phrase, kind of creating this echoed effect in this chant around you. What do you do?
I think he's just too focused on the fire and remembering his grappling match with Calamity.
As you stand up, kind of looking around at these flames of the wicks, they almost seem to be growing brighter and brighter and brighter until you're engulfed in this fire torrent. A tornado of flame, you at the center. Until all the flames vanish. And you are now stuck within this darkened space. You hear no chanting, no lights, no marble. It is just echo. As you are in here, you almost feel as though you're not quite alone, but it's not an eerie feeling, but a comforting feeling. You hear just this voice kind of speak out and echo. Hello, lost one.
Oh no.
It has been quite a while since you've walked my halls. What troubles your mind? The weird feeling about this is, this feels comfortable. This feels almost familiar.
Well, this is a good time. I don't think Lucky can even really. I don't think he can bring himself to speak. I think even though he's here and he's comfortable to think about those events and then even further back to everything that happened before and with Akira, he can't even get any words out.
Let's start with her. You see this like wisped effect, almost as if a projector is being casted onto fog. You see Akira. You don't see the very fine, intricate details that you know. You don't see the smile, the wrinkles, that she has from being such a joyous child. But you do notice that it is a visage, hazy, but it is her. You see how she's just kind of standing there, just with a soft smile. You see Nikki run up and start laughing with her, the farm girl. You see she's dressed in a beautiful sundress, but it's all muddied, all dirty. Transitions out of there into where you no longer see Nikki or Akira, but instead the perspective shifts as though you are looking at Akira from Nikki. As if you've taken her place. You remember getting aboard the cart. The doors opening wide, and men in masks rushed in and cleaved her. You see that as they make the slash of the cleave, you see the blood in the smoke just kind of wisp out to where it almost gathers and collects all of the other wisps around it until it vanishes into nothing. The cart itself remains.
He's kind of standing the whole time on seeing that again, falls to his knees.
Why do you run? It might not have been an intended end, but her end was declared there. As unfortunate as it may be. Who are you? Who are you now?
I don't know.
What do you know?
Ken just looks down at his hands. Pain.
Then you're alive. Life is wrought with pain. Some are more unfortunate than others to receive more. Seems as though you have been lost for some time. But running will only create more pain.
Just sits there in silence.
You're more than a number. Who are you?
I'm no perform the cruel joke of Lucky.
Let's continue. As it shifts once more, and you see Cowl carrying you away from this scene into this holding area with many other slaves, much like you. You see the carts vanish from sight as she brings about this another wisp of a darkened shadow of a minotaur standing above Cowl, bearing its claws deep into his shoulders as it bears down and stares as it tries to devour Cowl. The grin that it leaves behind, creating this reflection on your very soul. As that shifts and fades away, you see Vela. You see her looking at the tattoos that have formed from her many afflictions, staring at them in confusion and wonder as that fades away. Who are you, really? You are more than just a number. You are more than unlucky. There are many things before you, many lives that you have touched. Some who remember, many who don't. Who are you, Lucky? If that is what you wish to be called now. Where do you journey to? Where do you drift from?
Drifting is exactly it. There's nowhere that I'm from, and nowhere that I go.
Seems to me as you've already gone many places. You've entered my realm against your will. The Shadowfell holds many secrets, but one of which is my home. But that is not our first time meeting. This is not our first time speaking. Who are you? For you are no longer lucky. You are no longer 13. Who are you?
Oh, I was not expecting this. never known the names given to me. Besides that, I know no other.
Why do you think that is? Do you remember being a child? Truly. Do you remember the way the grass felt beneath your feet as a child? The way the sun touched your skin?
How can I recall something so long ago?
I did not. You know, we've got some blue birthday cake.
Okay.
Can I sit it?
Yeah, you can set it on the table. Okay.
Something not being correctly. Encourage them to.
Will do. Thank you.
Yeah, if you guys want cake, we got cake.
I would
Yeah.
love some blue birthday cake. Wow.
Well, I'll some cake, guys.
Yeah, we'll send you some cake, cheddar.
Perfect, perfect.
You might need it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll just skip over that. We'll just
And we're back.
Well,
Thank you.
Trying to open it. It's really hard. It's funny. I'm sorry.
Do you remember?
I do not.
Would you like for me to show you? Or would you like to only know of what you currently know? I may reveal one truth, a truth for your path, or a truth of where you've come from. The choice is yours.
Show me my past.
Very well. You see what looks like out of the shadows just appearing, as though they were always once there, but this thin film of tar-like substance they just peer out of. You see this visage of a woman, this pale porcelain mask with no features, no eyes, just void. You see the feminine figure and this large dress that just continues for a good 10, 15 feet behind as she just slowly drifts. You see this darkened hand reach out. You see the hand itself, near the tips of the fingers, is porcelain as it slowly fades into shadow. She extends her hand outward.
I reach out and grab it.
You grab it. She turns and starts to drift and walk and lead you. She ends up leading you through into this black tar curtain. As this hits you, it slowly starts to just pool past. and that's where we're gonna pick up next session.
Big cliffhanger. Wow.
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 We're getting lucky, lore.
Lucky Lord.
Woo!
Are we lucky?
You guys are lucky. He is not.
He's not. He is very
Um,
unlucky.
No, he's not lucky.
Oh.
Yeah. He's
Um,
unlucky.
He's. Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching our this. Catch you next time. Join our Discord. We also have shut up, Allison. Join our Discord as well as our coffee. If you want to buy us a cup of coffee, support us. Go ahead and buy us a cup of coffee there. And then all of our socials are in the link tree in our About tab on our YouTube channel.
Yeah. That you are subscribed to, and if you're not, you should.
Yep, subscribe to all of our social medias, especially the clock app if you want your data stolen. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys later. Bye.
Bye.